In the coming months, when the Lincoln Navigator 2015 is released, I will find myself at Lincoln test driving one. The last time I test drove a Navigator was in '09, and it was right before one of my family members actually bought one. That family member had owned the last two generations of Navigator before the '09 Navigator. I like the Navigator for its soft ride and for its spaciousness, and the fact that it had fold down flat seats, independent rear suspension, and for the most part was a decent truck. Unfortunately, Ford Motor Company has drastically fallen behind in terms of technology and in terms of engine offerings. The entire segment offers V8 engines. In my opinion, Ford Lincoln Motor Company would have done better to simply leave the last V8 engine model in the car. The Triton V8, for instance, was a very good engine. And most of the buyers who are old enough to even understand what Lincoln stands for, because they grew up with Lincolns, expect to have a V8 as the top level trim of whatever car they buy, especially if you're paying $55,000 or more. Meanwhile, the Escalade is being released with an even more powerful V8 than the last time they had, which was a 407 horsepower. Now they're getting even more power, and Ford decides that they're going to cut the V8 out of the Lincoln, and they're going to leave it as a EcoBoost engine, which you can also find in the Lincoln MKS and the Lincoln MKT. I have no idea who these people are at Ford who are gutting the product, but they need to be fired immediately. And I've been saying this for the longest. When I heard that they were going to cut the V8 out and put a V6, EcoBoost V6, I thought that they were joking. I thought maybe, they'll leave the EcoBoost as a base model and they'll make the V8 an option, but they've completely cut the V8 out. A lot of people are complaining about the Ford F-150. They're saying that they don't like the fact that it's aluminum because when you have less mass, it gives you less advantage in a car accident, if you have a car accident. Now, me personally, aluminum is the future, even though aluminum right now costs more than steel, about 50% more. Aluminum is lighter and it can shave a large amount of mass off of a car. 700 pounds removed from a vehicle is actually really good for the F-150. If they did the same thing with the Navigator, I wouldn't have a problem with that. But you can't take away the V8 engine when you're dealing with a vehicle that is specifically designed to be loaded down with passengers and with cargo. When you come to New York City, what you'll see is a bunch of Escalade ESVs. You'll see a bunch of Lincoln Navigators with the V8 engines. You'll see a large number of S-Classes, a large number of Audis. All of these cars have V8s for the very simple reason that they need massive amounts of torque to pull these people and their cargo and luggage around. If Lincoln wanted to get rid of the V8 in terms to make better fuel economy, why didn't they simply build a diesel engine that they could have used instead of the V8? A diesel engine, yes, it would have cost more because diesel is usually more than 10 cents higher than super premium unleaded 93, but still, a diesel engine in a vehicle which is, from all intents and purposes, a truck makes sense. That's why Mercedes has the GL 350. And you're getting blue tech diesels now with the Mercedes cars. Yes, you can get higher fuel economy. Yes, it's going to cost people more, but when you're dealing with somebody who's buying a $60,000 truck, I really don't think they're that worried about fuel economy. You're talking about retirees who've got checks coming in and all they're doing is sitting on their asses. So, me personally, I already know how this one's going to go. The Navigator is going to be released, and the Escalade is going to kill it in sales because the Escalade, even though I'm not happy with the looks of either the Escalade or the Navigator. I really like the Lincoln Navigator U228. It's an older model. I really like that one more. But the Escalade is going to kill this Navigator in sales, just like the GL350 and just like any other full-size truck that still gives you the V8 option. Why, oh why, is Ford making a ridiculous product? In fact, for just $55,000, you could go out and buy a fully loaded V8 Dodge Durango Citadel. So I just don't understand what is it that Lincoln is trying to sell us here.